Hi, everybody. Welcome back for another tarot tea time. It is Thursday night. We are winding down the week. I hope you guys have had an amazing week. And we've all gathered here this evening for a Justin Bieber tarot tea time. You guys have been requesting this, asking, is he in a conservatorship? Is he on his way to being in a conservatorship? Because a lot of the news lately has said this is a possibility. Well, like, because he just signed with Tristar Entertainment, which is associated with Lou M. Taylor, which that's some tea. That raises a few red flags, right? Some people are asking about Hailey Bieber, and then others are asking how his mental health is doing, if he is kind of going down the path of Britney Spears. We're going to answer all those questions allegedly with a tarot tea time. Okay, so I'm going to have a little sip and then we're going to jump right in. First, let's ask about the conservatorship rumor. Oh, you guys, when the tarot tea starts before you're even ready. All right, we're going to go with it. Crazy. Five of Pentacles. Hailey's worried about money. We're going to start there. Strange that that's coming up with the conservatorship question. I really don't love that that's what's coming up. Oh my gosh. Goosebumps down on both legs. Okay. Let's get more information about the conservatorship rumor. Okay. 10 of Cups. This is representing the relationship. This represents what Hailey and Justin both are hoping for, which is a happy, loving marriage and a family life. In this photo, there is a little child over there, also pointing up at the 10 cups, which represents ultimate happiness and fulfillment. Okay, so that makes sense. They both do have goals for a family. That's good. I like to see that. Let's get back to the conservatorship, though, please. Come on, Spirit, give us the answers. Temperance. Okay. So this is telling me that the approach right now is about keeping Justin balanced. This is not about power or control. This is about trying to keep him in a state of equilibrium. Temperance is all about not making any sudden movements. So this card is telling us that there is concern for him. Absolutely. There's concern about his mental health, his well being. But the people around him right now are trying not to make any sudden movements. Why is that? The Chariot, because he wants to make sudden movements. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the picture here is very detailed, which tells me that I think there's a lot going on in the situation, way more than meets the eye, way more than what we're seeing in these headlines and these YouTube videos that, I love to watch in my free time. Um, there is a lot to this story because what's unfolding with the tarot cards, we're not getting even a straightforward yes, no answer. What we're getting is the cards are painting a picture of what is going on and the many layers at work right now. It's complicated, as you would imagine. A little too complicated. Okay, so they're trying to keep him calm. He's wanting to move fast. Has there been talk of a conservatorship? Let's get a yes or a no. And I'm going to say, has Hailey talked about a conservatorship? Because, people like Lou M. Taylor, who put Britney Spears in her conservatorship, people like, maybe his father, who hasn't really been there for him, but would possibly benefit from, control, having someone else or getting a little piece of the pie. Those people, we are going to say, we could expect this, from them. There's always going to be chatter. But what about his wife? She's the one that really counts, and she's the one that people are concerned about, like, her motives at this point. Two of Wands, looking to the future. Unfortunately, you guys, I'm going to take that as a yes card in this context. She is looking towards the future at the bottom of the deck. Fears, 6 of Pentacles. This is being very generous. She is looking to the future because she is afraid that Justin is going to squander his finances, be too generous with other people outside of the family, or do things that are rash. And she's trying to keep him with that temperance card. She's trying to keep him balanced. She's trying to keep him from doing chariot, like make chariot energy, like making sudden movements. She thinks he's vulnerable right now to people approaching him to invest in their companies. Like, Scooter Braun is one of his best friends. Well, I would imagine that Scooter Braun, this is just alleged, I'm just coming through. I would imagine that Scooter Braun and people like him who have different ventures, things that they're investing in, they would come to someone like Justin because he has so much money and everyone knows that he just sold his catalog. He is kind of like ripe for the picking right now. If someone has bad intentions or is a little bit shady, they could come to Justin and he's a little vulnerable and they could sell him a story and get him to invest in something that may not work out. So she's very concerned. That's the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. It's all coming together now. Let's go ahead and lay it out. Here's what I'm going to say. The tarot T truth behind the rumors. Okay. So Hailey is worried about money. She's also worried about her family and the future, especially when it comes to her family and Justin. Now, the reasons that she's worried and her motivation here is not so much to control him. Like, I'm not getting any like ugly cards. I'm not getting anything that's like suggesting that she has sinister motives. And I know that sometimes Hailey can come across as kind of dramatic. You know, I think she's still kind of growing up in certain areas of her life. Let's just say that. But I don't get that there's anything sinister here. I don't think she's trying to control him in a way that's going to harm him. I think that she's just genuinely concerned that he doesn't always seem balanced, temperance, and she's wanting him to be balanced. And she's very afraid that he's going to do something, chariot, like make a rash decision that's going to negatively impact the future financial stability for their family. And then 6 of Pentacles is basically like giving away your gifts, your assets, money, your pentacles to the wrong people. Okay, that makes sense. That feels right. That feels right. Regardless of another card just jumped. We are going to bring that one out. 9 of Wands. This card wanted to be seen. So here we are. 9 of Wands is taking a rest after what was a very okay. This is taking a rest. 9 of Wands is taking a rest after what was a very difficult, and wands are like energetic, passion. It was a very difficult time. Now, when you are in 9 of Wands energy, imagine like you just ran a marathon and now you're at the finish line and then you just like celebrated with your friends and family, you got your medal. What comes right after that is probably a moment of rest and reflection, right? And that's where she's at. She is reflecting, resting, and she's actually, well, not really resting. She's been partying a lot, but I think that she is having time to think on her own right now. And she is really evaluating what's gone on in the past. And she's trying to assess the future, where she is right now. She's in like deep thought. We're getting a lot of wands for Hailey. It's like she has so many hopes for the future, and she's really concerned that those hopes are going to be dashed due to Justin's instability right now. So let's check in on him. Um, we hate to see him struggling, and I gotta say, I can't imagine, being a child star and all the things that he's been through. Yes, there's an upside to fame, uh, obviously goes without saying, we can see it, but I think that there's also it takes a huge emotional toll on a person, especially the younger that you are. So I definitely think he's been through it. Plus, having issues with his family. I don't think his father was around when he was a child. So, everybody has their stuff. And I definitely think that he is struggling. He's been struggling. We can see that. So let's get a card for Justin. How is he doing right now? How is he doing? 2 of Swords. Okay, don't love this. Ooh, 2 of Swords. I'm going to say not well, first of all. 2 of Swords indicates someone who doesn't really know what to do. I mean, this person on the card has a blindfold over their eyes. They're holding 2 swords and they feel very trapped and limited. There's also a moon in the background, which the moon represents like your intuition, your emotions. We know that Justin is a Scorpio North node. So I feel like this is a part of his destiny. This time in his life is kind of like a milestone that he has to overcome. He is being tested and he has to overcome. He has to decide on a new path. There is something that he is being called towards, his higher purpose. And it's like kind of like a fork in the road. And because we have this 2 of Swords, this is showing that he's in a place right now, at least in this moment, where he's just not sure what to do. He just doesn't know what's coming next. He just doesn't. He's like, "I don't know what's coming next, so, like, I don't know what's gonna make me happy. I just don't know." Like, he's kind of feeling stuck. Alright, so let's get an advice card for him, in case he watches, of course. In case he watches, right? I'm gonna have a little sip of my tarot tea. This one's a little bit intense, so I hope we get some positive advice for him. What is the advice for Justin in this moment? What would help him move forward so that he wouldn't feel quite so stuck as he tries to figure out what's coming next in his life? What he wants to do next. What is the advice? Knight of Wands. Okay. Find a new passion. Find something that you're excited about. Don't worry so much about, like, at this point in his life, he doesn't need to worry about money. He doesn't need to worry about cups, like emotional stability or love. I think that he has love around him. What he needs to focus on right now is listening to his intuition, listening to his soul, and going with his gut impulse. What is it that lights him up, that makes him feel excited? And, like, don't judge yourself in that. Like, just do what makes you feel excited. Follow your inner spark. I love that. And if he does that, he will be moving forward in a very positive direction. The Knight of Wands is just full of, like, life and joy, and it would be like starting a whole new adventure. I love that for him. Okay. So now let's answer the what was the other question that we had? What was the other rumor we were going to clear up? Have a little sip while I try to remember. We did Hailey, we did the conservatorship, we did his mental health. Did we? Did we just do it all? I think we did. Okay. So let's get one more, just one final card about what the future holds for Justin. What is coming next for Justin in his life? What is a possible clue as to what would light him up and give him that Knight of Wands energy of feeling excited about a new direction in his life? Oh, that. Ooh, when the cards are rolling. Okay. So, best friend of the year awards. Now, this is really interesting because when we were looking at Hailey and her motivations and what was going on for her, we got the 6 of Pentacles, which is all about giving gifts to your friends, things like that. And she was concerned about him giving too much to his friends. Well, the 6 of Wands is the best friend of the year card awards card on the Golden Girls deck. You can see it's very cute. It's all about, like, being a good friend, being a good person. There is some sort of charity or, like, cause. There is something that he is meant to do with his friends, which I think this is why Haley's concerned because she doesn't understand it, right? It's his calling, it's not her calling. So she has to step back and trust that when he finds what he's meant to do, his emotional turmoil will settle down. He is emotionally tumultuous right now because he doesn't feel like he has a purpose. So rather than blocking that exploration and having fear, she has to open up to trust. And I'm sure that's really difficult when you see someone struggling. But if she just trusts, he will get to the place where he is doing what is meant for him, where he finds his joy again, finds his passion, his happiness, his focus. And it does have to do with doing something with friends. So it could be the very friends that she's actually kind of worried about because he knows them best. So I think Justin's going to work with his friends on a cause that is very positive, and it could have something philanthropic, or there's something collaborative that he's gonna do with his friends. That's what's coming through. So, I feel pretty good about that reading. I got goosebumps here. I hope that everything works out well for Justin and that we see him in a really stable, happy, positive place in the next, within the next few months, in the next couple of years. Like, uh, I would love to see him thriving, as I'm sure you guys would too. Okay, I love you so much. Please let me know in the comments below, what is your intuition telling you? You guys always have the best tea. I love going to the comments, having combos with you guys. So let me know what you think. We'll have a little chat, and I'll see you guys in another couple of days for more tarot tea. Also, request if there's something that you guys want me to do a reading on. Oh, and please subscribe. Please subscribe. Venus is in Leo, so it's all about asking for what you want. And I would really, really love it for you guys to subscribe if you feel so inclined. All right. I love you guys. Have a great rest of the evening.